this out. Hopefully everyone can see it. And I'll open the stage. So where's my chat at? I was gonna pull up my chat. Stream live, and then it's live. All right, all I gotta do is get the chat up. Custom browser doc. All right, I need the URL from here. The URL from here. Right. Touching up a few things. This thing's fucking. This thing's fucking. This thing's fucking. Oh my god, I didn't even have. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I'm gonna open up that way people can join in the stage. I'm gonna go into not into the stage. I'm gonna go into the general chat. This way, people can actually talk if they have a mic. If they don't, they use the chat. So voice channels in general. All right, and that's that. Boom, 2. All right, can you hear me?
We have another bear back up.
Yes, sir.
It'll be part of our story and part of his legacy, and we'll figure that out.
So it's like ice cream.
So you can hear me clearly?
Maybe it's a little tiny bit of speculation, but
I just have a toggle thing, so I just need to, if I lower it, I don't know if that's better. I want to get it to the right spot. Someone else in the background has something going on.
Sure, do you want me to go on my channel and let everybody know we're also in the description?
Who's got like a party going on in the background?
We're from Colorado. We've been in the market for a little over a year. And 4 months after we launched our product, we were on the shelves of Colorado Whole Foods markets.
Why is it
so we are just regional in the Rocky Mountain for Whole Foods.
What the hell is that coming from? Is the Bitcoin live exchange talking? No. It's not me.
My bad. I think it may have been my TV. That's probably what it was. Turn it down now.
It sounded like the fucking Bitcoin conference. That's why I didn't know what.
No, I'm watching Shark Tank right now.
Oh, alright, that something about Colorado and shit like that. And, that's all I heard. Alright. Cool. Alright, so some people could say, I don't know, I hope.
You want me to go on my gravity thing and then I let people know we're also in here?
Yeah, if you want to mention it before I start going into it, if you want to just, post the stream link, the YouTube link, or wherever, and let people know that it's going on. And they can come to the general chat for voice, or they can chat in the YouTube chat, for text. So it's up to however they want. Right. YouTube Studio. Right. I'm just making sure everyone is here that wants to be here. I'm going to post one more post, make sure anybody who's here joins in, because it's time to get started. Put it in the crypto chat channel. No, I'll put it in the general. At everyone, the stream is live. Join now before we get started. Alright, there we go. Alright, I let the rest of the server know, so it's up to them if they want to come in. Was there someone last night that was asking about this particular swap?
Swap?
Yeah, last night. So when we were all in a chat, there was someone. I don't know. AQ. She was there last night. I was wondering who it was, but I don't know if she has her mic on yet.
Yeah. What's up? Hi.
Last night, it was Crypto Profit. Was there anybody else that was trying to be, informed on the ISO? Like, I know it was Aussie and Crypto Profit, right?
Yeah. So it was Ozzy, and then Jay came in right when we were hanging up. But he's already asleep because he wakes up very early. So I had 10 other people from another Discord that were gonna come into it as well. But you're gonna make the YouTube video So they can watch that at a later time, right?
Well, it's on YouTube now. That's what it is. That's what I'm doing on YouTube now. So it's streaming live, but then once I end it, it's going to save as a video.
Perfect. So anybody that doesn't come in right now because of whatever whatever they're doing, that we can at least refer them to watch the video. Yeah. And get more people. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That same link will work either way. They'll be able to just go to that link.
Right. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Desktop audio. I don't want my desktop audio.
Nah, my Facebook church from the get. I'm already in the money on that Facebook, man. That's just fucking great.
I just want to make sure when you guys talk. All right, this is the last thing before we get started. When you guys talk, are you picking up your voices in my mic?
Probably. Wait, let me check the YouTube. Let me see.
I just got because I have the configuration toggles and I just want to lower it or higher it to make sure that there's no echo or you hearing your own self and whatnot, or hearing any type of back feed.
Yeah, there's a little bit background.
All right, so hold on. I can lower that. Lower my mic volume. All right. I'll lower it there we go, so it won't pick up anything in the back. All right, talk a little bit. And that should be a little bit better. It shouldn't pick up anything under that. I'm just setting the threshold for it. All right, I think we're good. Okay, and
It started picking up a little bit. I guess there's no really way to actually take it off.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to be at least so I know. Like right now, it's picking up I have it set up as my microphone, but I don't know why it's coming through my computer's microphone instead of my professional microphone. And I fixed it. All right, we're good. All right, so the SundaeSwap. Where do we start? Right now, it releases on the 20th, which is tomorrow, but it does not release. This ISO doesn't start until 21 hours and 45 minutes in UTC. I don't know. Echo, what is 2100 hours in UTC?
9 p.m. at Coordinated Universal Time is the same as 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, so it's going to be in the evening. So around 4 o'clock ish. Wait, no, 21 would be that's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. There's an exact date that Charles Hoskins said, and we can go over it, right? I highlighted some things over here. Here we go. Wednesday, Thursday. the key takeaways for this would be the drop is actually happening. On the it's not going to happen until after all the snapshots are taken. So on the 20th, right here, this is when you have to have your NAMI wallet. This is your NAMI wallet. So you got to download this thing right here. Let me go back to the beginning so you guys can see it. And if you want to just get the NAMI wallet, if you don't have it, you just NAMI extension. Boom, and then add it to your browser, because that's the only thing that's going to work on the ISO swap. So if you don't have NAMI and you think you can, because I seen a big YouTuber, Cryptos Are Us or some shit like that, with like 300,000 subscribers, and he's telling everyone to have the Yorori or the Daedalus wallet for your staking. So he is informing millions of people about the wrong information. Because he's one of the big, I don't know if you know him, but yeah, Cryptos R Us is George or whatever his name is. He's a big YouTuber and he has a big reach, and he's telling everyone to use the Yorori wallet. And the Yorori wallet is something you cannot use. So you will absolutely screw yourself if you do that. So.
Oh my god! Because I was looking at this thing last night and it said the same thing. These two wallets.
Yeah,
I must have been looking at some sketchy shit. Okay.
So what you saw use Daedalus or Yorori?
Whatever I was looking at last night said to do that, and it wasn't a YouTube video. It was just like a post that was linked to this SundaeSwap, but it must have been misinformation.
It was definitely misinformation, because I'll show you right here. As soon as you go to, well, this is just basically from the beginning. You type in SundaeSwap .finance. This is what you're going to be brought to. This is the page that you're going to be brought to. Right now, it's currently on the testnet. So if my NAMI wallet, let me put my NAMI wallet on the mainnet, and you'll see what happens. Settings. This is how you change your mainnet and testnet, by the way. You go to the little pink purple guy up here, you click on it, you go to settings and network, and you can change from testnet to mainnet. So right now I'm on the mainnet.
Okay, so let me, because I'm in the Discord and then I had to start the YouTube, but I need to mute the YouTube so it doesn't play over you, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright.
Yeah, because we're talking here. It's all right, because the stream, it's just basically for you guys and everything, and the stream, I can edit it, or I could just redo another simple quick tutorial one, but this is just like a trial run for here, and I'm trying to have more things on YouTube to get more likes, and more screen time to be able to reach more people. So it's like I'm doing it over here to kind of help the YouTube channel out a little bit. And then if it's all messed up and there's no voice on it or anything, for people that do it want to join in later, I'll do a quick rundown, of everything simplified and how to do it with without anybody talking. I'll do it in the background, later on tonight. So for right now, don't worry about the. You can just mute the YouTube. It doesn't matter if YouTube's getting voice or not. But
all right, I'm watching on the YouTube, so I see everything you're doing. Okay.
All right, so you're here. So, the NAMI wallet. When you first download it, this is what you're going to get. You click on your little thing, the little pink guy, the little purple guy up here. You click on it. You hit settings, and the network is right here. And this is how you can change from your mainnet to your testnet. So yeah, the testnet right now is lit up green because the testnet is live. The mainnet is not. So I'm going to leave it on the mainnet right now so you can see what happens, and you can see how what you were looking at was a scam. So once you come to SundaeSwap.finance, you'll be brought to this page. So in about exactly like 24 hours from now, this will be launching on the mainnet. But right now, you'll enter the app. So as soon as you enter the app, right now I'm on the mainnet. So when I hit connect wallet, see these two. See, it says which wallets you can connect. You can only connect the NAMI wallet and then the CC Vault.io, which is like a freaking stupid ass wallet. Don't use it. But so basically, just like the NAMI wallet is what you want to use, because the other one is like a browser wallet. You have to do a whole bunch of like downloading and annoying stuff. So there is no Uvori on here. There's no Daedalus on here. So I don't know why they would even tell you that, because you can't even link that, if you wanted to. Like, they have experimental stuff and everything, but which is still NAMI, because it was under the test and everything. So there is no Daedalus, no Uvori. So definitely don't mess up with that. So I'm going to click my, terms and condition, and I'm going to connect my thing right there. I get a wallet error. To use SundaeSwap, adjust your wallet's connection to be for the testnet, because you can only use right now this with the testnet. So you would have to now see, I cannot connect my wallet. No matter what I do, boom, boom, it won't let me connect my wallet. So you would struggle and you'd be like, oh shit, I can't stake my freaking tokens. What am I going to do? That's where you just come to NAMI, click the little purple guy, go to settings, network, switch over to the testnet. And you'll see when I go back, I already have 994 T ADA. It's test ADA, and then I got some test coin. So it's like what you can use to like practice trading on and using on the thing. But this is what you want to be on. So now when I click connect wallet and I hit it, boom, it's connected. There's my address. So now the wallet's connected. And if you have beta guide over here, it'll actually fund your wallet with all different types of ice cream tokens. It still hasn't funded mine. Like I said yesterday when we were in the chat, that there's going to be a problem with congestion and stuff. It's like the testnet and everything. You may not get your testnet stuff, but it doesn't really matter because they're not worth anything in the real world. So you can fund your wallet and get some testnet over here, or you can go to like the ADA faucet and you can get T ADA over there, and then use it in your NAMI wallet. But that's all just for the testnet. So once tomorrow when it comes live, we got to go over here. Right here. These are exactly when it's going on. To participate in the IDO, that's a horrible color. Jesus Christ. All right. So you can participate in the ISO, available during the epoch 316 through 320, which is basically the 25th through February 14th. That's epoch 316 to 320. You can also, if you don't want to do the ISO, you don't want to stake, you can yield farm, which I'll go over once we get into the SundaeSwap. Or once it fully launches, you can just swap your tokens, and get SundaeSwap. You can actually use like the actual SundaeSwap for what it's for, but you won't be getting the ISO. So the ISO begins on Thursday, January 20th, and then it'll go for 5 epochs with rewards 5% of the total Sunday supply. So that's a lot, 1% per epoch. So 5% of the total supply of SundaeSwap. I don't know what the market cap or the total supply of SundaeSwap. Let's see what it is, because I believe it's a huge ass amount. So yeah, 20 million is stated as supply, but only about 25K minted. Here we go. Tokenomics. Boom. So this is what we have for when it launches. They're going to be giving out a shit ton of SundaeSwap to the teams on different, epochs. Everyone that's been an early on investor, but and then they're going to do a bunch of public ones where the team 25%, investors get 13%, and future hires get 5%. That would be distributed between all the stakers. So the only pools that you can stake in That's where it comes, very, very crucial, because if you go and you stake on SundaeSwap and you come here, oh, there's an update. If you come here and you go to your thing, there's all of these pools that you see. And if you accidentally stake to a different pool, you're not going to get it. So there's tons of different pools. So you come over to this website right here, which is from the link from the SundaeSwap Finance, which is in the Discord, and it will bring you to this. These are all the eligible ones for the ISO, and they're called SPOs because these are the staking pool operators. So these are the SPOs, and there's a few of them in one. So like 16, Ned's one, and then there'll be like Ned's K.io, and then there's also another one that has like 4 in it. Like right here, you have however you pronounce that word, and then Christina, Kronos, and Kobe. So you can stake in either one of those pools. But these are the top 10 in the wait list so far, and these are the pools you can stake in. So just transfer your ADA into your mainnet. Once it launches, make sure you're not in the testnet still, because it's not gonna process. So make sure you actually go back to the little purple guy. Make sure you go back to the network. Once tomorrow night comes, make sure you go back to the mainnet. Like mine will disconnect if I go over here, but you go back to the mainnet, and then you get a different wallet address. Everything will be going on. Now when you send your ADA, you'll be receiving actual ADA on the actual mainnet, and then you can stake it straight into one of the pools, and they take a snapshot at the same time, 2045 or whatever it is. They take the snapshot. If you want to make sure you fully qualify for all 5 ISO reward rounds, you must have ADA staked with eligible SPOs. That's what I just showed you, the pools that are right here. You have to be staked in one of the eligible pools before 2145 UTC on January 25th. So it launches tomorrow, and you have up to the 25th to get it done. And then your reward will be calculated based on the snapshot taken at that time. At the same time, each subsequent epoch bound, it's taken at each subsequent epoch boundary. So it's, I guess, when that epoch actually is full, or when it ends. Details on when and how you will receive your Sunday and how you can check your outstanding rewards will be shared soon. So since there's 5 drops, they're not going to do the 5 separate drops. They're doing 5 drops, but they're gonna give it to you all in one shot. They're not gonna drop you a couple here, and then later you're gonna get a couple here, a couple there. No, you're gonna go through all these dates: the round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5. And after that, you'll get your total drop. And remember, you're getting what is it, 5%? But yeah, the ISO on 5% of the total Sunday supply, 1% per epoch. So you're getting the 1% of all the SundaeSwap tokens of the 5% that's allocated to it for each one. So it's a 5x on your SundaeSwap. So whatever you're getting in the first one, you're going to be getting in the second one. And I would suggest adding more and more as you can. If the bull market starts going and you see a dip coming, I would add more at it, because it's not going to mess up your snapshot if they take it here. So I put 1,000 ADA in on the 25th. They take that snapshot. I got 1,000 ADA, so I'll get a certain amount of SundaeSwap for that. But then before the 30th, I can throw another couple hundred, a couple thousand in, and have my holdings a lot bigger. So when they take that snapshot, I'll have 1,500 or 2,000. So I'll be getting a bigger reward. It's like compounding interest 5 times over. So if you want to make sure you're in on all 5 of these. So that's why this is really one of the easiest ISOs ever. Like there's there's not much that you need to do, unlike like Radium and Star Launcher or Monkey Ball and the tiny colony, whatever the hell it's called. You have to do all this, swapping to different tokens and then staking it for an LP token and then providing liquidity and then doing all that. This is, beyond all that, because all you're doing is what you already do. You already know how to fund a wallet. You send your ADA to that address and then you stake it to that pool, leave it in there until, February 14th. Once that final epoch 320 is taken, that snapshot is taken, then you can withdraw your ADA. You don't have to leave it in there. So it's not like you're putting it in this wallet and then you got to leave it there for a certain amount of time. As soon as these 5 snapshots are taken, take your ADA out if you want. Or, which is the other thing they offer, they have your yield farming. So you can get a decent amount with yield farming. Yield farming is a form of staking used by DEXs to reduce the volatility of their liquidity pools. You can learn more about yield farming in this section here. There you go. So 500,000 Sunday will be allocated daily over at least the first 6 months of the DEX's operation to yield farmers participating in the following liquidity pools. So these 4 liquidity pools, there's going to be literally 500,000 SundaeSwap put out through these. So that APY or APR that you're going to be getting is going to be a massive amount. So you can take your ADA back out if you want to put it back in your original wallet, or you can stake it against this. The only thing about this is basically what like other ISOs are and IDOs are, where you have to have ADA and you have to have Sunday. You have to have ADA and you have to have LQ, or ADA and Card Starter, and then you would go to the SundaeSwap and you would go to the liquidity pool to provide liquidity, so you get an LP token. So you would put, the 500 Sunday tokens in, and you would put your 500 ADA in, and you would get your LP tokens for that, and then you would stake with those. So you would need 2 coins to do the liquidity. So you're not going to be able to just take your ADA out and provide liquidity. You're going to have one of these other coins to be able to get the yield farming rewards. So there was another thing about the deck. Here, this is what I was talking about with the DEX. We are launching with the beta label because while the DEX is smart contract, as I said, this is the first DEX built with smart contracts. And that's why it's such an appealing thing and why it's so simple, because it has smart contracts involved and they have fully been audited, and the DEX will meet all industry standards for security. The implementation of fully decentralized governance will not be immediately possible due to existing transaction size limits on the Cardano blockchain. We will post more on our roadmap to fully community controlled DEX shortly. So they're admitting that they know that they're going to have congestion and blockage because of the transaction sizes that are going to be happening on the Cardano blockchains. That there's going to be, this is the reason why they're launching the beta version, because it's the testnet, but it's still going to be a beta version of the testnet. Just like Solana, like the Solana blockchain right now is not a real Solana blockchain. Even though it's a mainnet blockchain, it's a beta. It's not the real Solana blockchain yet, and it's been out forever, and it's ran up and it's made a lot of people money. But what a lot of people don't know is that Solana's blockchain is not even, it hasn't even released yet. It's just in a beta form, and there's a few other blockchains like that too. But that's what this is doing too. It's releasing its testnet, but as a beta testnet. So then once everything goes all good to plan, how fast is the DEX? As we mentioned a week ago, even the most optimistic performance projections show a backlog of orders during the first few weeks of the DEX's operation. However, we expect performance to improve as adjustments are made by both the SundaeSwap and Cardano teams, while orders including swapping, providing liquidity, and withdrawing liquidity may take hours to days to process at first. It is important to know that everybody's orders will be processed fairly and in the order they were received and executable. It will also be possible to cancel orders at any time before they are processed by the scoopers, and the scoopers are the SPOs. Those are that's what they're the scoopers. Those are the people who are running the staking pools. So you can cancel your thing if you don't feel like waiting a day or anything, or you feel, like some people say Cardano's a ghost blockchain, or whatever some haters want to say. And they'll look at the DEX and be like, oh, it's taking, or it took 12 hours for me to get it. It's a horrible DEX. No, this is the first smart contract DEX of its kind. Of course, there's going to be some type of issues that the devs have to work out immediately. But that's why they're launching in beta form and doing this LP thing. The SundaeSwap dropped so easily so that they can have their devs immediately focus on transaction speed. Like they don't really have to worry about anything else and swapping to different liquidity pools and making LP tokens, because they can specifically focus on transaction speed and fix whatever bugs there are and why it's taking so long, and they'll get that knocked out right away, because SundaeSwap is their biggest project that is on the Cardano blockchain. So that's basically for SundaeSwap and getting it. So yeah, there'll be, at the time of writing this article, there are 74 staking pools to choose from. Miniswap, I think this is another thing that I want to show. This is not giving real information. That's why you got to be careful where you get it from. How many staking pools will there be? You can't listen to shit like this, because just like the the big YouTuber who has all the 30 million or 300,000 fans talking about using your Daedalus. These other articles are talking about there's 74 staking pools, and doesn't mention anything about which ones you can stake to, making people think that you can stake to any of them. And it's going to screw up a lot of people's things, which will actually benefit the people that are in the right pools, because that percentage is going to be, it's not going to be spread out as thin, because a lot of people are going to get left behind because they're going to be staking in the wrong pool, or they're going to be using the wrong wallet, thinking that they could stake in, because in Daedalus you can stake right there to an ePOS. You can find these staking pools probably in the Daedalus wallet. So some people are probably going to do it that way and mess up, and a lot of people are going to miss out. And the people who actually got in right, and which is you're going to get in right, because the pools that you're allowed to stake in. Like, do not stake in any other pools but these 30 right here. And then after that, you just literally sit back and wait. You don't even do anything. How long will the SundaeSwap ISO last for? The SundaeSwap ISO will last for 25 days or 5 epochs, after which the pools are offering the ISO rewards will simply be supplying the SundaeSwap rewards specific to running the code required to operate a decentralized exchange. And decentralize their decentralized exchange. That's how they're making this one of the most decentralized DEXs or decentralized exchanges ever, because they don't have, the Cardano's not running this. Cardano's not the one giving out SundaeSwap. This is the first ISO where the devs or the team, they're not doing it. Regular people like you and me, like if I would have got into this sooner, or if you would have heard about this sooner, you could have been you could have been a ice cream scooper or a Sunday scooper, whatever they're called. And it's just regular people that just invested early, and they are Sunday scoopers. So it's spread out between the actual community. The community is actually giving out these tokens, and of course they have to follow they're locked into the contract with the Cardano on the blockchain, so they can't just not give you a token. So there's no worry about that at all. It just has to go through the blockchain. But it's decentralized on top of being decentralized, so it's really like a double win. and then just both these events will happen at the same time. So that really is all you need to do for the ISO, is just stake and wait. That's really it. Let's see, will whales get all the SundaeSwap tokens? The distribution of the token is mathematically geared in a way to not favor. I remember hearing that it's set up in a way to favor the little people. It's not set up to, because a lot of these ISOs and airdrops, the whales come in and they stake freaking a million ADA, and they get that 1% of their million is a shit ton of SundaeSwap, and everyone else gets only a tiny bit. So they did it differently, and they geared it a little bit separate from how other drops have been done. So this one actually is for the people. The distribution of the tokens is mathematically geared to not favor large whales. If you were to stake millions of ADA to a SundaeSwap stake pool, you will get fewer Sunday tokens per ADA than a small wallet with several thousands of ADA would. So someone with millions of ADA in their wallet will get less than someone with just a couple thousand, because they're trying to not let whales take over. And that's why I love the Cardano blockchain so much, and why I've been invested in them for so long. And even when they've been stagnant and not moving, and they've been crashing when the entire market is going up, like in the last little bull run that we had, or the little leg up that we had, Cardano didn't even fucking move anywhere. It literally was dropping. And then it stayed at this, freaking $1.25, to the dollar range for so long. But that's because they're literally doing every single thing right. They haven't missed one pip, one dot on their I, one cross on their T in the roadmap. If you go over their roadmap, they haven't hit. I mean, they haven't missed a mark. They are very, very accurate with what they're doing, because they want to release it, and they want to release it right, to the point where it can be just like SundaeSwap, where it's a simple fix, not like Ethereum or something where there needs to be a whole new update or a roll up that's going to take months and months to roll out, and which makes the DEX completely useless until that rollout comes out. So that's what all these other projects do. They push out their DEXs, they push out these things, but they don't make everything. They don't get all the big things out of the way, and they figured, we'll get the big things out of the way when the DEX is running, and they run into a big ass problem, and they find out that they need some type of ZK roll up or the EMV, so they can scale to Ethereum. Cardano didn't do that. Although the only bugs that they're going to have are going to be minor bugs that they're going to be able to fix very, very quickly. So that's with that. The minimum amount, which is beautiful for everybody. Everybody can own 10 ADA. It's $10 fucking dollars. So all you need is $10, and you can get some SundaeSwap. And even though $10 not gonna get you that many SundaeSwap tokens, but that SundaeSwap is cutting at $0.00, and it's going to go extremely high. So, I would of course put as much ADA in as you can, but if you only have $10 or whatnot, I would put it in, It just makes sense. There's definitely no other reason why not. And you don't have to worry about a stupid ass country regulations and whatnot, because this is actually, fully decentralized. You don't have to do any of that, because U.S. citizens can participate without any issues. Can I use the Daedalus wallet? There we go. Right to the answer of wherever you saw that. Wherever you saw that, you should go on there and make sure you let people know, so they don't end up screwing themselves, that they cannot use this, because you can't. Can I use the Daedalus on the upcoming SundaeSwap and decentralized exchange? No, you can't use Daedalus. Daedalus is a full node wallet, which is an application that will run in your computer. You will need a Web3 browser-based wallet, such as Nami, or the Yorori wallet. SundaeSwap doesn't accept the Yorori wallet. It doesn't have it on there yet. Maybe it'll come in time, but as of right now, to be safe, and what everyone's saying is the Nami wallet. That's what's up there. So that, you know, this is talking about, can I use the centralized exchange with Yorori or something? And in the future, yes, but not for this ISO. It doesn't say anything about can they use Yorori or Daedalus for the ISO. This is just talking about in general. You won't be able to ever use Daedalus with it, but eventually you'll be able to use Yorori. But you will be able to stake your SundaeSwap tokens using the Daedalus wallet. So if you want to get some interest or whatnot, you can use the Daedalus wallet and get your interest back by using the Daedalus wallet and staking your SundaeSwap tokens there. How do I vote for a Cardano stake pool to offer SundaeSwap, which is already done? Do you get a reward for voting in ISO? No, you do not. Those are, see, there is no Yorori. That's not correct. It says it even on the Twitter that it's just CC Vault and the Nami wallet. But yeah, that is that. And I think that's everything you need to know, except that where you would have to buy these, and you would just go on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko if you want to provide liquidity. Well, the easiest way you can provide liquidity is Sundae ADA, because you'll be getting the ISO. You already have Sundae, and you'll have ADA, so you'll be able to. That's the only pool you'll be able to instantly, provide liquidity to if you want to, because you'll have both tokens right in your wallet. But if you want to do it to any other pools, like CardStarter, which was it was was the official launch pad for ADA when it first came out, and yeah, that is SundaeSwap. It's so simple that I tried to just go over every possible little thing I could, but that could have been just spoken about in literally less than a minute, because it's so easy to do.
Thank you.
So if you have ADA already? All right. And do you know, because some depends on where you have it. Like, I know it in my crypto.com wallet. If I send my ADA somewhere or to my ledger or something, it'll come through in less than 30 minutes. If I try sending with one of my other different wallets or some shit, or like a trust wallet, it could take 12 to freaking 48 hours for the transfer to actually complete. So make sure you're that's why they give you 5 days. The testnet launches, the mainnet launches tomorrow, and then they give you the 5 days and whatnot. But you don't want to try transferring your tokens on the 24th, and then you be sitting mad as hell if the transfer takes too long and it doesn't go through, and the snapshot gets taken on the 25th and you're not in it. So I would try and make sure you have your ADA in your Nami wallet, well before the 25th. I would have it in there, sitting there. You can even have it sitting in there now if you want to. I'm just not doing it because I'm getting a really high, rewards from staking. I'm leaving it there until probably the 23rd, and then I'll send it, so it'll have 2 full days just in case. But that's what I'm going to do with that. So I definitely am going to get in this. I want to see. There's an update available. Why does it keep saying there's an update available? I want to find the actual market cap of SundaeSwap. I don't think it's on CoinMarketCap. It hasn't launched yet. Oh, alright, they have it on there. Let's see. Yeah, no data, of course. What would have the data on SundaeSwap? No, I don't even know it. not sure about how many SundaeSwap tokens will be minted at launch. See, this is pre-search right here. So notice how I was talking. I know this is off topic, so I had to do that. I was talking about pre-search and everything. Like I didn't even type it into like Google, or I didn't go to Google.com to search. I literally just searched it in my URL, and I got pre-rewards token. I got pre-tokens just for doing my search. I didn't need to go into my damn account. But yeah, that's pre-search. It's you literally turn your URL bar into a homepage. But besides that,
Okay.
let's see. Easter egg.
I have my ADA on Voyager.
All right, so then you definitely want to send it. The Voyager has long transit. It has 0 fees and everything, but Voyager will take at least 24 hours. It's not even going to process before that. So I would definitely I have ADA in my Voyager too. I don't know what I plan on doing with it. I don't know if I'm going to use one in my Voyager, or if I'm going to use one in Crypto.com, or one in Coinbase.
I have it in 2 different wallets.
Yeah, I don't know which one I'm going to use and everything, but I do that. Well, I use with the Voyager because of the API, the annual percentage rate you get. You just for holding your tokens. That's why I have a lot of my portfolio in Voyager, because it's not staked and I'm still earning interest without even staking it. But yeah, if you're going to use the tokens that you have in Voyager, I would definitely get them sent out to your Nami wallet by the 22nd, no later than that, just in case it takes 48 hours. You'll have it on the 24th, even though the snapshot is being taken until like 9 o'clock, or around time zones are different, but between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. around the world. It's going to be really sometime between that. So you want to make sure you at least have your tokens in there, or at least some, because you can always add more for the next. I know you want to maximize your rewards and have everything in for all 5 snapshots, but even if you have some in there for the first snapshot, you can always add the rest in for the other 4 snapshots. So you can do that. And if you have a coin that's pumping really, really good, I would take profits and put it into ADA, just so you can put it into this, because it's going to be such a big run up. It's going to be such a big drop. I mean, a big price catalyst. Like it's going to absolutely take off once it releases. But then, like I said, it's going to drop like a day or two once the tokens are distributed to everybody. You're going to see the price one giant red candle bar all the way down, just like it is on every single token that launches. It launches, and it's at like $3.50 or $3.50, $4, $5, $6, whatever. And then the next day, it's down to a couple cents because everyone wants their profits. But I don't know exactly how that's going to happen with Sunday, because they have a Sunday liquidity pool. So a lot of people may keep their Sunday so they can stake their ADA and their SundaeSwap to get their yield farming rewards. I don't know if they have it released yet, how much you get for yield farming. I don't think they have that up there.
Yeah, because that's not newer to me. I'm not. I haven't done.
Yeah, yield farming. Yeah, that's what I had to do for like Monkey Ball and Tiny Colony and other ones. It's providing liquidity, and then this would be their regular swap where you can just swap for other. They don't have anything on it right now because it's not there. But liquidity is just. Let me connect my wallet. Am I on the?
So is the point of doing this? I just want to make sure I understand, because I haven't done the research on these liquidity and farming.
The huge APYs, like 200, 300, 400, 500, sometimes 2,000, 5,000% APYs.
Okay, but so that can convert back to like a stable.
It's paid out right in that same. It's paid out in the same tokens that you're providing liquidity to. You're basically you're lending your tokens. You're providing liquidity. You're giving your tokens to this pool so they can have all of these tokens, and you'll earn like. Let me see. The prices probably aren't even that high anymore, but they were sky high. Like when I did my monkey ball thing and everything on Radium and
But the timing is the most imperative part of this, right? To make sure that, right? Because can't they, like you said, they can go red like quickly, right?
They can go red quickly, but also they go red quickly, but they can bounce back just as quickly. It's they drop fast because people are after instant profits. They get 100 Sunday and they're priced at freaking $5 each, and they didn't pay a single penny for it. Some people might want all those profits, and they might just sell their SundaeSwap. But that's
and
why.
then you just ride it out as it builds itself back up, right?
And then it goes just like any other coin. Every single coin has a point where it goes down. Then you would just hold it. Then if you missed it and everything, and it might be a coin. If I catch the top and I see it, I may sell some, but I don't plan on selling all of them because I want to hold it and just let it go through its phases and let it take off because it's going to be such a good project.
Right, because this is a project that you 100 are supporting and backing. And you wouldn't be doing this for a project that you didn't feel that way about.
Yeah, I would
never
talk
exactly.
about it.
Okay.
And that's why.
Just because I'm very new, so I just want to make sure I fully understand.
Yeah.
I know this is like very simple to you, and probably the rest of you guys, but I just want to make sure I understand. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's definitely this is the most and like the yield farming and all that has nothing to do with the ISO. That like the providing liquidity and getting the staking all that has absolutely nothing to do with the ISO. The ISO is just a completely different thing for newcomers, for anybody to be able to do. It's just like staking in crypto.com where you go to your freaking you click on your wallet and you hit stake. That's basically what you're doing with that. But then like other ones, more complicated ones, like this is gonna launch my Phantom wallet. Let me log in.
Yeah, because that's why I haven't done a lot of this, is because I don't like the idea of having to lock it up.
Yeah,
this
exactly.
Is why you were saying like you don't have to lock it up. I'm like, okay, this one sounds really good. And I do think that Cardano is gonna, I think they're just starting. Like,
Oh, they're definitely just starting, and it's they haven't even like every other coin has been up. Good. Some coins have been up like with freaking Shiba Inu was up like 500,000% or some dumb shit like that. But every other coin is up like 2,000%, 3,000% in the year, 4,000% in the year. Cardano's not. It hasn't had its run yet. It's one of those coins that is extremely undervalued. It hasn't had its run up yet because they are more focused on what I'm focused on with my Discord. Their community, and their network. Who their partners are, who their backers are. That's what they're focused on. They're not. They weren't coming out the gate focusing on apps and getting scalability and making this fasten that to be released and start making people money right away, but won't last 20, 30 years. Like in 10 years from now, 90% of these coins that you see on the top 100 will not be there. Cardano is one of the ones that will be there, especially because of their partnership with Boost Mobile, which is not going away. It's been around for decades and never going away. And same with Dish Network. Dish Network is not going away. And even though so many people use Netflix and everything, and they would assume, oh, Dish Network, who the hell uses cable? Still, if you look at like Dish Network's charts and everything, a lot of people still use regular cable. And with their signings, if you have a Boost Mobile phone, you have to pay your bill in ADA. If you have Dish Network, you have to pay your bill in ADA. They sign their contracts that their payment processing will be Cardano ADA. So they won't even be paying with their credit cards anymore. So all these, do you understand how many newcomers that's going to bring? It's not bringing in more. It's not bringing in different sectors from the crypto space into project. It's bringing complete newcomers, like more newcomer than you, more newcomer than anybody, like complete people that just have a Boost mobile phone. They got to get involved in the blockchain. They got to buy Cardano. It just they have a freaking, or Dish Network, which is normally an old school thing, having cable, and not using streaming services. Dish is an older type of watching TV type of thing, in which more, of the older group may have. They're going to have to learn how to buy ADA, and which is going to introduce them into the blockchain. Once they see ADA and they see the price of it go up, they realize that they bought this for their bill, and then it pumps, and then their phone bill is nothing because they tripled their money. And like, holy shit, this is just one of the coins. Let me look into the rest of the crypto space. So it's going to bring billions, maybe not billion, but multiple millions of new users, not users that have already been in the space and just coming to a different part. Complete new users to the space. So that's why Cardano is so good. And this over here on my screen, this was from my monkey ball IDO, which you had to, like, right now I'm still staking it because they're locked up. My stars, they're locked up for 90 days. So I can still claim my N2H4, which is hydrazine, and it's used for IDOs. The only way you can get N2H4 is by staking the stars token in a vault on Star Launcher. This is the native launch pad for Solana. So basically, I had to lock it up to be able to do this. I had to get stars token. To be able to get stars token and everything, I had to come over to Radium. So I had to come over to Radium. I would have to put USDC in. I would have to swap from USDC and or some other coin, and I would have to swap it over to the stars token. And then once I got my stars token, I would take that. Then I would go over to liquidity, and then I would have to provide liquidity. So I would have to buy either some of these coins, or if I had some, when I did, I wanted like a few grand in it, so I had to buy a few grand worth of like USDC, because that was the pool I went into. That was the one pool they had, was USDC versus stars. So I bought a few, like 5,000 USDC and 5,000 worth of stars, and then I got my LP tokens, which came right here. And then you take it to the farms, and you would find that pairing. So it's the same as like SundaeSwap. You see, that's two different coins paired together. But look at these APRs. Look at it, 414%, 293%, 404%.
Almost too good to fully wrap your head around. But when you put up the one for the monkey ball, I didn't know enough, right? So I was like, oh, I don't really know about this. I didn't get in it. But I have heard on multiple platforms how, good that really was and is. And, many people in all different areas of like wherever I'm, checking in on are talking about that one that you had thrown up that time, the monkey ball thing.
Yeah, that was the game.
I know you know what you're doing. Like, I know you know what you're talking about, because I don't see that often with a lot of the ones that are thrown out like that, People will throw them out, but I never hear anyone talk about them again. But that one is consistently spoken about over,
And multiple different, sectors. And the same thing's going to happen with SundaeSwap. I guarantee it. You're not going to hear it here only. You're going to hear it everywhere you go. And even though the monkey ball IDO is over, like you're not going to get the monkey ball tokens, I still use Radium a lot to get these freaking 400%. For just having Solana and USDC, you just stake them, and you literally just you're earning, like, where are you ever getting 400%? And this is nothing. Some of them when Cronus, like Crypto.com, launched their staking pools and everything, they were in like the 2000s with the VVS token. It was like 4,007%. It was a huge. They have huge staking pools, and there's still all these big things, and they're coins that people have, like Solana, USD. Everyone has some USD. Everyone has some Solana, or everyone has some Solana USD, or even Solana Tether. And then for those you get a lower amount of APR. but they go up and they go down and they change prices. And a lot of these tokens people have, like Ethereum, or you wrap it, or Ethereum and Solana, and you get dual yield. You get paid out in the actual Radium token, and you get paid out in Serum. So there's like on Radium, there's dual bands where you get paid out and not in just one coin, you get paid out in two coins. Like most of the other coins, you get paid out in one of them. Your percentage, like whatever percentage it is, it comes into this coin.
Like I fully understand like what what you're saying, what I've seen, heard other people say, what I've read.
It's just hard to do it.
The missing link is, like, okay, here, right here, sir. Turn left, right here, right here. The missing link is like, how do I then get that back to like being able to pay my electricity bill? That's like what I think, because it's the idea of profiting and utilizing the profit in real time is the hesitation, because it's like, okay, well, this is going to be a long-term investment, but I got to pay the electricity bill, so that, I think that's like where a lot of new people, if there was like some arena that really went over that, like sector of this whole world, I think that would help a lot of people like me grasp it and really jump a little bit more into it without as much hesitation. Because all I'm thinking is like, okay, if I
it's long term.
It's like for 5,000, and I only have 15,000 in the bank for savings, and then I got another emergency. You know what I mean? And then I got 10,000 over here, but it's locked up, or I can't pay my electricity bill with Radium. That's where my mind goes. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have 30,000 like sitting on the sidelines.
Of course, but that's why and staking and providing liquidity is two different total things. Like with my stars and everything, how that's staked up and locked up, that's locked up. When you're providing liquidity, you can pull that out the same day. So like if I provided this liquidity with Solana and USD, you would literally go to your tab, and it's over here would say like once I staked them, it would turn into unstake, and then you would hit unstake, and you would get your Solana back, and you would get your USD back right back into your wallet. So it's same day, no lockup period, no nothing. So with staking and like farming, there is no time period. Obviously you want to leave it in longer because it's APR. So the longer it's there, the more you're earning. But you can put it in there for one day, and then you can still take it out in that same day. There may be different rules for other, some liquidity pools may have a time limit or whatnot, but a lot of dexes don't. You could just stake for a week, a month, a couple days, a year, however you want. But you're at the beginning, so you can be, you're focusing on buying the best coins with the best utility and the best community. That's the most important thing even over the fundamentals of the token, the utility of the token, tokenomics, anything. Nothing is more important than the community, because without the community, who's buying that token? No one. It's going to go to a zero, and it's going to get rug pulled, and it's going to be gone. So the community is the number one most important thing when it comes to a project. And that's why Cardano is one of my favorite, because it has the strongest community out there. There's no, except maybe before a couple of years ago, maybe XRP was pretty close, but no one's stronger than the ADA gang. You hear it all over YouTube that they're the most vicious, meanest. That's not a word, but they are just, they hate any other coin but ADA, like true ADA heads. Like they do not invest in any other coin. They stick with ADA. They will not invest in anything else, and they're dedicated to Cardano, because they know exactly what it is, and the community is so tight and so locked up that's why they had the price was staying at like the $2 range for so many months, because it was impossible for the whales to push the price down, because over like 75% of all of the ADA was staked up and locked away and in wallets by regular shrimps and everyday people. So there was not enough liquidity out there. There was not enough tokens out there for whales to do anything. and they didn't want to buy in at these higher prices, and they couldn't manipulate it like they can with other ones. They can with Solana because they're invested in Solana already, and they have big players in it, or any ecosystem. The whales can manipulate it. But Cardano, it's a little bit harder for them to do that because that the community is so tight. They're not giving up. Even if it went to like 50 cents, there's probably a good amount of the Cardano holders that are not going to sell. The same as me. If it goes down to 50 cents, I'm not selling.
That makes sense to me, and I'll tell you that one of my biggest holds is XRP, and it's only because in every space I've ever been in this crypto world, that is the one that I've heard like noobs to like some of the guys that I follow I follow their every word, and XRP is always in their wallet. It's always one that they say, oh, I will never get rid of. Or, some people obviously don't agree with that, but it is one of the more popular ones, like you mentioned, and it is a reason why I do hold it, and like I don't give it up or whatever. I have of it, and I do like the average, buying of it or whatever, not daily, but when it dips and stuff, I grab a little bit more. So I get that, and that is a reason why like I support XRP. Other than that, I don't know shit about it. So I'm just letting you know like that this is like what is coming into your space. Okay, it's like we don't know nothing, we don't care, like we just want to know what do we do, what's gonna be the best project to hold to make the money, the investment, because the whole community aspect of it, I don't even trust myself. Like, I don't trust any area of this space to an extent. You get me? Like, so it's hard for me to, like, put my, like, backing into it, because to me it's like a money game. And I just want to make sure, like, you understand where I'm coming from of, like, why I'm not in the same headspace as you. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't have the time and the knowledge and the dedication, like, because you really are in this space, like it is your life.
That's the thing that you need to understand. One thing you need to understand though is every single person, even the richest of the rich, have been exactly where you are. I was exactly where you are. You think I just hopped in the crypto space and just started doing exactly? I started out buying with $10, $20, not being able to participate in all these big launches and seeing all this money being made around me. And it's just the way the market is. When you first get in, you suffer because you see all the gains being made, and you can't participate in them because you just don't have that exposure into the space yet. But once you're in it,
look at it like as I'm suffering. Like I've seen people make a lot of money, and I didn't make the money, but I just look at that as like, okay, well, I'm learning. Like, this is my time to learn. It's not my time to make that type of a profit, which it makes it much easier for me to stay in the space and still be so damn clueless, because it's a lot to learn, and I don't have the time. So other people might have more time, or they understand it much faster than me. I don't. I might ask the same question 3 times, so I guess I'm just, I don't know, like a little embarrassed, that I am in your space, but I really am so clueless. But I know that you understand. I know, like, we've all been there. And I don't mean to take up so much of your time talking. I just want to make sure that I do, like, fully understand this, because I do want to go in on this one. Like, I want to ride this one. I want to take this dive in. I do believe in Cardano, like you said. It's one like XRP where everyone's saying the same thing that you're saying, that I've ever heard talk about it, that I trusted, knew what they were talking about. So
there's a few of them that not even, and just the ISOs, like the ISOs are good and everything because you're getting this amazing deal for an airdrop, but there's ways that you can double, triple, quadruple your money without making investments or without putting up too much money. And there's a bunch of different ways, and I want to build. That's why I'm building a masterclass, which is going to go around all the different blockchains and what you can do in every one. And like this one is just like a quick example, which would be like Terra, like the USD, which is a stable coin, TUSD, which is always going to be $1. It's staked to the US dollar, and you can use Anchor Protocol, and you can that they already have over almost 12 freaking $billion locked up in UST, which is that is Terra, which is Terra stablecoin, and look how it's growing, and you can borrow against it. So when you use Anchor Protocol, it's pretty good, and you get 19. It's not as good as 200 and everything percent, but there's no risk. There's no risk in this. If you buy UST, Terra USD, which you could buy on Crypto.com, you could buy all over the place. I think they even have it on Voyager now or some shit. You just buy UST, and it's always at $1, so you don't have to look at charts and be like, oh, I know, I got it in this pool, I got to pull it out because the price is going down. No, you never have to worry about that, and you're getting 20% back, and then you can borrow against it. You can leave that money in there and still borrow it.
Yeah, and my example of one of the reasons I came into this space was because I had 2 kids back to back. I still want to look good for my man. So I was like, I was thinking about getting a tummy tuck, like the full mommy makeover, right? And I took out, because I have a 457 because I do, I have my job or whatever, right? And so I paid into this fucking 457 for like 10 years. I have a stack of cash in there, so I pulled out 15,000 out of that, right? And I was going to go get my surgery. And then my coworker, he's like, hey, you could actually you could put that and earn interest off of that money and take a loan out that way, and you pay yourself back with the interest you're earning off of the borrowing or whatever. He explained it. I'm not gonna be able to explain or say it like he did, but I understood what he was saying. And then I've heard so many people say that you can do this now that I'm actually in this space.
Yeah.
This is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, and borrow against your own thing. That's why I don't ever I don't think I've really ever, besides maybe a scalping trade, like a little like multiple intraday trades. I don't ever sell my tokens, because once you sell, that's when you take that loss. But even if you use what I would recommend for without having to use dexes and connecting wallets, and even the Terra USD and the Anchor Protocol, or the Phantom and the Tomb Finance, which is another great way of no risk and great reward. But you have to use these little web apps. But there's one thing, and I have a really good referral link for you. It's like I forgot what, $1,000 bonus or something like that with BlockFi. It's literally a crypto lending platform. You put your crypto in there, and you can. But they're basically a decentralized bank type of thing. You literally get a loan for your crypto when you pay that. So I have about I don't know, like 20 grand in Ethereum and a few grand in Bitcoin in there. I still have my 20. I give them my 20 grand. It still shows in my wallet that I still have the friggin' 17 Ethereum, 18 Ethereum. But you let them borrow it. They give you US dollar cash or USDC, and once you pay that loan off, they give you your Ethereum back at the price it was. So if you take out a loan when Ethereum's at 3,000, and you get a nice decent thing back, and then you pay it back years later, or not years later, or months later, or whatever, and Ethereum is at $5,000, they pay it at its price as what it's at. So they'll pay it back at 5,000. So if you took the loan out at 3,000 and it went up, you're making hella money, and you're not selling your coins. You won't ever regret it, because people regret selling the coins, years down the line, when they see holy shit, I used to have so many of those coins last year, but I sold them all. If you didn't sell them and you just took out a loan against them, you still have those coins. Are still yours, and you just have the loan to pay off. You pay off your loan, you get your crypto back.
Yeah, because as a very poor Jew, right? All I know about money is that it fucks you over and over. I've never gone to a bank and the bank's ever done me right, with the money situation. So it's hard to really believe that's happening. But I know that it is. I know it's true, but for whatever reason, it's I don't know why it's hard for me to just take the plunge, to just
I've been here for 4 years, and I just took the plunge. Well, I just started getting deeply involved into the dexes and the dApps just in 2021, and I've been doing this since 2016. So I went 3 years, without doing any of this. So you're ahead of me. If you what you are, I'm going to guide you each step of the way. I'm going to make sure that you're in this SundaeSwap ISO, even if I have to, call you and walk you through it. You're going to be in this, and that puts you way ahead of me because I was never in an idea. Well, I was in the Crypto.com MCO one, but that was when Crypto.com first came out, and you didn't have any of these dexes or anything like that. You literally just bought the coin.
I live in LA. I drive by the fucking Staples Center. It is the Crypto.com arena. Okay, so obviously this is the time. That's why I was like, this has to be the time. There's no more doubting this shit. Like for me, driving past Staples Center and it's Crypto.com, I was like, okay, that's not a big enough sign. It never will be. Right?
It's a huge deal.
It's just the time.
It's never going away. Exactly.
Yeah.
And now it's here.
Well, I remember when there was no Bitcoin. I remember before this shit ever existed or, ever was talked about in anyone's ear, but I do remember before it existed. And that's why I said to you, I don't want to miss this
the wave of it. And that now it's being talked on Yahoo Finance and CNBC. It's on the news. It's compared against stocks. It's in the SEC.
You have the crypto on the jerseys, for the umps and referees and shit.
Exactly. And what do you think is going to happen? Because it's going to happen. I guarantee. I'm willing to bet my life on it. That Crypto.com is going to be a sponsor of the Super Bowl one year. What the fuck do you think that's going to do to the crypto space? They are going to sponsor, or they're going to be one of the main, the halftime show sponsor is going to be Crypto.com. They're going to have Crypto.com everywhere at the Super Bowl, and that is going to take not even just the Crow and Cronus up, but that is going to take the whole entire ecosystem of the whole entire crypto space up, because it's going to bring just more people into the space. Just like how more people into my server helps all of us grow. The same as with crypto. The bigger the community gets, the stronger we all go, because we're all aiming towards the same thing, which is buying cryptocurrency, selling cryptocurrency, and doing, becoming, sovereignty free and financially free. And we're doing it on our own without anybody else. It's the same exact thing.
I think why I'm going over this again is because I'm trying to figure out how, when I told my man, okay, I'm gonna fuck with this crypto shit, he kind of laughed at me, and he was getting a little irritated because, I'd be I have my whole setup in the garage, I'd be out there late, I'm talking to a lot of men, right, and it's I'm used to being in a male-dominated industry or whatever, but he was like, what the fuck's going on, right? But then when that shit hit with Crypto.com at the Staples Center, and then he saw me take my first profits off of that coin that I, went from 60 to 800 or whatever, when he actually saw it happen, and he saw the news at the same time, he was like, okay, fucking go make the money, baby. It was never another moment of doubting that this was the right time, And so I'm just in my space trying to figure out how would I get my dad to, how would I get my sister? How would I get, because I want to bring in my single mom friends. I want them to be able to utilize this to, have a better life for themselves, for their kids, whatever, never have to rely on nobody or whatever. And that's why I'm just kind of talking out loud in my head of trying to figure out a niche area of getting people in, but I have to understand it to be able to do that. So that's why I'm constantly picking your brains.
Show them the wallet and your growth. You see what $100 does, and you put it on a coin, then you put $500 or whatever on another coin project at a different price range. So say you're putting 100 on some dollar, you put 500 on something in the 2 digits, and then you put 1,000 on something that's 3 digits.
Right.
Yeah.
So over a year or a certain time frame and show them this is what happens. I just leave it there. I'm not doing nothing. This is the growth over time. And then you can show them, and then you can gift them. Here, I have $100 worth of Coinbase. You just open an account, run this QR.
That's exactly what I did. My best friend, she's in Alaska. Her daughter is 13, and she plays the Roblox, And I know, she's always asking her mom for the money to get the little shits in the game. And so I was like, well, let me look into seeing if is there some coin or something where I can just create a fund a wallet for her every birthday, every Christmas, whatever, and make a little bag how to like do this at that, starting at that young of an age, because I definitely think these kids, my kids, all of our kids, this is going to be like their reality, and I want to lead them in that direction, but there's risk involved in it. Like I've made some good moves, and then I've taken some really not big risks because I'm not fucking with a lot of money, but some people are crazy and they do fuck with a lot of money, and I want to just make sure that I understand the risks well enough to explain them to somebody who I know cannot afford to take nor should be doing no risk like that, because some of this shit is very risky and it is luck, and there's not a lot of people like you guys in this space that are actually willing to like take the time with the noobs and give a shit if they like that they do it correctly, so I just I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like
I know how difficult it is. I've been with my wife for 7 years. She still works a 9 to 5 job. She still busts her ass. She hates her job. She has a 401k with over $1 million in it, and I cannot get her to invest a penny into Bitcoin, even though she sees all the money I'm making. She just and she believes in it. She knows it. She supports it. She supports me in it. She even says like it's going to high prices, but she's never pulled the trigger. It's the same thing with you and going to some of these projects. It's where it could take you. The potential it has, and like the likelihood of it working out is pretty damn high. But it's just pulling that trigger is the hardest part of getting it done. And like trust me, I know I can't even get my damn wife to invest. So I even told her I was going to buy her a Ledger, a Ledger Live Nano X for a holiday or some shit or her birthday, and I was going to put a couple $100 into some of the not into Bitcoin, because I'm telling you, if you're investing in Bitcoin, you might as well pull your money out.
I'm not fucking with Bitcoin, and I want to tell you, to be honest, I hold a very minute fraction of ETH that I do try to monthly average it in, but it's like I'm not fucking with ETH really either, because I can't. I'm waiting for the next ETH and Bitcoin. You know what I mean? And I just want to make sure that I get on it. Hopefully, God willing, for the next 10 to 20. To hopefully see what a lot of people saw when they got in it, or whatever. You know what I mean?
I agree with you halfway on that. Like the whole Bitcoin thing, like I sold my Bitcoin because I understood the risk, not risk reward, but the reward back is nothing near what I can get. But with Ethereum, everything comes back to Ethereum. Everything comes back to it. No ecosystem survives without Ethereum. Even though it has its gas fees, but there are solutions for that. Just like with Unstoppable Domains and with Polygon, and Polygon just released there. I don't know if I published it. I should have posted it on the thing, but Polygon just released EIP 1559, which is the gasless scaleless solution. This is a ZK rollup. So now there's no gas fees anymore. So Ethereum is going to, always be there, and it's going to continue to get better as all these other projects that are made to fix Ethereum. So, because if you look, if I pull up, here's DeFi Llama right here, which will show you the total value locked, and the total value locked. Where'd it go? Not fucking DeFi Llama. Fuck. Let me pull it up.
Because there's one other guy, and he is in your Discord. I bought him in, and I do trade with him. I do, trust him, to the extent of like I trust myself or whatever, and so he told me the same thing. He's like, no, you need to start building a little bag of ETH. Like, he's like, it's not going anywhere.
You need it for transactions.
Like, it'll be the next. I'm sorry.
You need it for transactions. ETH is like what you need. There's so much stuff built on it. You like, even if you want to get into other projects, you need ETH to get into that project.
Yeah, so my thing with ETH is just like, in my mind, I'm like, why the fuck am I paying? Like, for me, it's like a tax, right? Like, I'm paying more on the tax than I am on what I'm buying. Like, sometimes I'm just like, I can't wrap my head around that. That just pisses me the fuck off, So that's like my thing with ETH. But I get what you're saying, and you are now like the second person that I trust, to tell me that. So I am doing it. I'm slowly doing it because it's hard to do it. You know, it's like, it doesn't. It's
Yeah, it's hard until you see like until you actually get in.
Smack the shit out of your kid, but you have to like hug them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You really like fucking smack the shit out of them.
that's I understand it, and once you look at Ethereum like the way it is, like on my screen you can see like Ethereum has 138 billion in the total value locked. The overall altogether is 219, 229 billion dollars. So Ethereum is literally more than half. The next one down, so we have Ethereum at 138 billion, Terra 18 billion. So literally $100 billion more from the next all time high for the next most value locked into it, which is Terra, is $100 billion. Like everything is in ETH. That's why if you scroll down on DeFi Llama, every project like has the ETH in it. Like everything links back to ETH. Everything comes back to ETH. It's the king of DeFi.
I'm listening, and I did take Jay's advice, and I did start doing that, and I'm going to continue doing it. It's just like, it is one that makes me, kind of grind my teeth on it. But.
I know. I hate it with the gas fees too. Like when I bought my Ethereum name service against my unstoppable domains, like I said, I bought the first thing I ever bought was the ENS. Once I minted it, paid $100 in the gas fees, and then I added my Twitter account and I paid an $80 gas fee. Then I added one wallet address and I paid a $90 gas fee. And then the time that I purchased like 5 things on my ENS, I was up to like $2,000. And then I came over to my unstoppable domains, which is Ethereum, but it's just using Polygon's ZK rollups. It's cost me $40 to do everything, and I didn't even do. I did about 5 things out of 100 on ENS on my Ethereum name service, and I paid like $2,000. If I did everything, I'd probably pay like $10,000 in gas fees. And on Unstoppable Domains, using Ethereum, just with the ZK rollup bridge, I paid $40 flat, and that's it. And not one single gas fee ever again in my life. And I'll never pay a monthly fee on my domain or a yearly fee on my domain or anything. So these projects that are coming out, yeah, they'll go up in price too, but they are going to also make Ethereum go up in price because they're working on fixing Ethereum. Because what's the metaverse going to be? There's all the metaverse tokens and everything, but it's all about like decentralized finance is still going to always be the biggest thing because that's what crypto was built for, was decentralized financial. Like that's what it is. Like there's going to be these niches like the NFT boom and and freaking the metaverse and earn to play gaming, which is all going to be huge big things, and ZK rollups, all going to be big ass things. But still, DeFi is always going to be that underlayer thing that supports the whole bridge. If Ethereum collapsed, just like if Bitcoin collapsed, everything. I believe if Bitcoin collapsed, the market will go down, but it could survive. If Ethereum collapsed, the market will go down, but it will not recover. So that's why it's like it's not even that it's gas fees are so high. I just buy Ethereum. And I don't really use it for trading. I just buy the dip and I hold it. I just do it for the long term, and then I'll sell it for profit. But if you try like trading it on the exchange, and then you're using like gas fees with MetaMask and all that, that's when Ethereum gets to be.
When the first time I ever saw the fucking gas fee, I was like, I ain't fucking ever touching that shit. Like I will never fuck with that. Like it makes no sense to me, and I can. It's like the rich kid club to me. Of like. No, like I don't even know why anyone fucks with it. And the NFTs, I'm not an NFT person. It doesn't make sense to me, and that's all ETH. And it's like I don't get this.
But that's the thing.
It's like rich kids playing fucking dice on the sidewalk next to all the poor kids. Like I just don't get it. Like it doesn't make any sense to me what they're doing with those NFTs and.
I understand the whole use case and the big thing that it's causing, but I just don't like OpenSea and Ethereum because of the gas fees. But they have the Solana NFT marketplace, the Cardano, like all these other NFT projects that are not on Ethereum.
Throw up your art and somebody it's the whole arena of the NFT, Ethereum, gorilla shit. I don't know.
Yeah, like the picture for the profile pics. They're called P2P, the profile, the PFPs, the profile pictures. Those one, the board, board apes and the crypto punks and the little digital fucking pictures that sell for millions of dollars. I get that, like what the hell is that doing? That's why they realize that those NFTs are not going to always be around. They're not going to be like the biggest thing in the system. They're going to need a utility case, and that's why Earn to Play Gaming and stuff like that. But for like example, years on the line, Fortnite, or any game, when you buy your skin or something, right now, when you buy that skin or that gun, you don't actually own it. The game still owns it. It's in your account. But when you shut that Xbox off, it's on that account. If you lose your password, or something, you can't transfer that skin to a different, game and use that skin. But with NFTs, they're going to be able to do stuff like that. They're going to be able to have, these purchases and these upgrades that you can play in different games. I can use my skin from Apex Legends, and I can use that over in Fortnite or something in Minecraft, and we go over to Roblox and all these different gaming things with utility cases to it. And there's NFTs that are actually tickets like at the stadium. So now you actually have like a digital actual thing of like your ticket. So you don't have to get like paper tickets. They're doing like receipts now and stuff, so that you get an NFT receipt. So you actually own the carbon copy, like metadata and everything of a receipt for a purchase that you made, and like you own it. You can do whatever you want with it. I learned a lot about it at the at the Bitcoin conference, of what they're doing and how it's going to be like the password of the internet. Everyone's going to have some type of NFT. It's going to be a project. Some type of girl was doing it, but they're going to have an NFT, and it's going to have a name attached to it, and it's going to have all of their information under it. So you would never, like when you have these lengthy ass signups and all that, and fill out all this and all that, it'll turn into a 1-bar thing, and you literally type in your NFT thing, like Unstoppable Domains is doing with the extension browser. They're doing the same thing, but with all NFTs, where you're just going to type in your thing, and everything is going to be done for you. So like they have use cases, but not the fucking profile picture ones, for millions of dollars. That's just for, I guess, people who, I don't even know how the pixelated one blew up so big, but I don't get all that. But the metaverse ones and the Earn to Play, that I understand.
No, I get that. I totally get that. Like you said, my girlfriend started with the Roblox. I don't play the game. I don't probably even know what the fuck it is, but I know she plays it, whatever. It's like, I get that, and I get that, okay, there's like little gem thingies or whatever the fuck's in the game, and I remember playing Donkey Kong. Fuck, I would have ate up anything that they probably would have sold me.
When you were a kid and you were seeing all those coins and everything, you wish you could keep them or have them in your wallet and be worth something, or you trade it for something else.
I totally get that side of it. I just don't get the adult or like the NFTs where I've heard of like one of your favorite producers drops a beat, right, and then they sell a portion of the beat that you then own as an NFT that you can then utilize in your own music. Like that kind of shit I'm all for. Like, okay, that's some cool ass shit right there, that I get, that makes sense to me, that I could totally I could see that would be like an amazing gift, to give someone